Hello and welcome to the final episode of Community Corner for 2023. I am Winsome, just in case you're new here, and it is a pleasure having you here. Welcome back to the members of the Serenity Resource Connector community. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, whether live or you're watching the replay, please go ahead and subscribe so that we can have you on board as the newest members of the community here on the Serenity Resource Connector. Be sure to share, like, so that others can get the awesome information. Here we keep it informative and inspiring in this space. And just in case you've missed all those that we have had throughout 2023 and before, there are playlists there to guide you through so that you can learn more about what we do here in this space. So we are going to be delving in to get this inside scoop from our local flavors, big dreams with Clarendon's Foodpreneurs. So we have 3 of them, and I know that you are aware of many others, but these are just 3 of the many that we're going to be featuring here in this space for 2023. And you can go ahead and share if you own a local business, whether Clarendon or anywhere else. You can go ahead and share it in the comments. Keep it active here. Ask your questions, make your comments, keep it clean. It's a serene space. All right. And you can also indicate in the comments who it is that you are here supporting outside of our local community, regular community members. Go ahead and share if you're here to support any one of our guests. So let me bring them on. So first up, we have our queen of hot dogs and milkshake, none other than Anika Peart, doing business as Marika's Tasty Treat. Join me here on screen, Anika. All right. And next, we have our Spice King, Romeo Mitchell, doing business as Paradise Blends. And we have rounding out the mix, Jason Gordon, all about the Jamaican treats, Uncle Nihes Bush Alternatives. And we learn more about that in a little while because the story behind this is just so powerful. So we have a lot of scoop to give you this evening. So let's get started. And of course, I'm sure, like myself, you all want to find out how these businesses got started. We dub them foodpreneurs because they are food related in one respect or the other. So, Anika, let's start with you.
Hi everyone, good night. So I started off, it's pretty simple, it's nothing much, but I'm gonna share it same way. I started off doing my first cake sale in February 2019, where it was a success. And after that, I decided that because it was a success, I decided that I wanted to start a business with it. So I went ahead and I made up my business name, got business ideas, and I started my Instagram page. And I then decided that, all right, then what else can I do? So I went ahead and I kept games night where I had pizza on sale, juice on sale, and also cake. So in my community, persons come together and they play games and enjoy themselves. Pizza on sale, juice on sale, everything on sale. I did that for months until I wanted to do something else, add on something else to it. So I was like, what can I do to gravitate kids and also adults? So I was going through Instagram one day and I saw this page come up. It was a overseas page with a lot of white people. They were so excited about this milkshake thing. At the time, I didn't know about milkshake. So I was like, what is this like? Why people excited about milkshake? So I was like, let me view it, and I went through a lot of them, and I decided I wanted to give it a try. So I went on YouTube. I bought my ingredients, and I called my mother and I said, somebody really like to try this. because I want to know what is it that they are so excited about. So I bought my ingredients. I had a small blender that I used, and I bought the ingredients and I mix and taste. It was all right, but I wanted to know other person's feedback on it. So I mixed, and one day I was outside and I said to my mother, let make we mix and see what people think. So we mix and we gave persons in the community because we want to hear their reviews on it. And the reviews was pretty good. So I said, all right then, I can go ahead with this. And then I started doing milkshakes on this. And each time I gave persons to taste and all that, and it was good. So I continue mixing, did the milkshake Sundays, and I bought my ingredients. Each time I do that, I ensure that I put my own spice to it, not using everything that they use on the YouTube. I try to put my own flavors to it. So after that, I decided I want to add more things to it. So I add hot dog, smoothies, fruit smoothies, popcorn, and also ice cream. So, and I've been doing this for 4 years. It's not easy. It wasn't easy starting, but I
All
had my
right,
mother there.
hold that part. We're gonna get into that. I know you're excited to share the whole journey, but let's all right, let's do it in bite sizes so the viewers can follow. All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna move over to Paradise Blends to hear how the Paradise Blends journey got started, because I know that it's been a lot of transition that took place over the years. I've watched this brand grow. And so, Romeo, go ahead and share how the journey started.
A pleasant evening, everyone. So, Paradise Blend started in 2018, right in the kitchens of Rada Clarendon to be exact. That is after I met Miss Kamala Bernard Moving, who is the home economics officer, Rada Clarendon. And I told her about the idea of blending seasoning, and I would always blend seasoning from when I was in high school, because both parents at the time they had ulcer, and the doctor said they shouldn't use the bag seasoning and all of that. So I was the one who had to do all of the blending, and I would give the neighbors and all of that, and they would like it. So I said, you know what? I don't have a job right now, so let me just try this. And I remember the day when I started in the kitchens of Rod, as I said, and I only had 6 bottles, 6 of the jam bottles. And I remember when I was blending, the entire staff at Rada came to the kitchen asking, "What are we cooking?" And from there,
It
I
was
said,
that good.
"Okay, yeah, it is." I said to myself, "This is a hit." And the 6 bottles basically sell right in Rada.
Wow.
So the journey started right there.
All right. So let's move over to Jason. How did the Uncle Nihes journey get started? And of course, we want to hear the story behind the name.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Uncle is a business that was inspired by my grandfather and was named after him. So my grandfather was Nehemiah Dunkley, and they used to affectionately call him Uncle Nee in the community. He had this big shop in the community, and it would serve as the everything store for the community. But my grandfather was a big farmer, and he had a lot of things at his disposal, such as the old-fashioned chocolate, coffee, nutmegs, yam, bananas, you name it. And through my time going to the country in the holidays, because I lived in that area, lived in the urban part of Clarendon. I continuously saw these things. When pimento was in season, he had a lot of pimento on his barbecue trying and whatever was in season. So I decided that I wanted to be the person who brought the final product to the consumer rather than selling it to processors. So that's how I got into it. My first product was the old-fashioned chocolate, and it took me a few um, months or so to get it off the ground with a lot of input from a lot of persons, but it took off. And the other products that Jamaicans would want are the stuff that you would want your children to know of that existed in the olden days. Those are the products that my business really focuses on. So that's a bit of what the foundation is.
Awesome. Wow. The unique ways in which each business started. And that's the thing. And of course, as Anika was about to mention earlier, as with every business, you're going to have quite a bit of challenges. But all these businesses are over the 2 years mark. That's the time when most businesses fail. So we're going to have each person share the two biggest challenges that you would say you would have experienced along the journey so far and how you were able to overcome those challenges. Anika, let's start with you. Marika's Tasty Treats.
Okay, so one of my biggest challenges was family, not having family support. And that was okay because I don't need them to continue on my journey. I had my mother and my father as my biggest supporters, and they helped me along the journey. They worked with me. They ensure that they encouraged me along the way. And two, equipments. It was difficult getting equipments because um, equipments were very expensive, and it's still very expensive. So I had to work and ensure that I save towards it and get those equipments.
All right. And this, as when you were at the expo last month, I saw you had an array of equipment there.
Right.
So what did you had got them like one after the other all at once, or
One step at a time.
okay.
And I had persons sponsoring me as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Fantastic. Romeo, Paradise Blends, two greatest challenges to date and how you overcame them.
While I had family support in terms of my mother, I I think the financial backing was my biggest challenge, and I had to find it myself. All the little savings that I had to dig into it to ensure that I could get the business started. Um, Another problem that I had is that I would blend seasoning and I would leave like a spoon inside of the container, and when I get back to the product, the finished product, days later, all of that just spoiled because
Uh,
of that one spoon. You understand? Not knowing that I should not leave it inside there. And I think when I look back and I say, why, most of the time when I want is when a customer would order and I say, all right, you'll get it today or you'll get it tomorrow. Just not knowing that they won't get it because the product gone down the drain. So that was the biggest challenge.
so how did
Was
you
the
overcome
main challenge.
that? How did you overcome that? How
I
did you learn? Yes.
went back to the drawing board and I think um what's the name again? This this organization. I'm trying to remember the name, but I went there and
Is that the
I told
Scientific
them what
Research Council?
it wasn't scientific research.
It wasn't that one? Okay.
They are at Garmix, the free
Oh,
zone. Yes, one of the offices in Mandeville.
okay.
And when I spoke to them, they told me that was the issue. Mrs. Moving also told me that's the issue, and from there I would use different type of utensils. Or,
Okay.
yeah.
So you just identified two of the biggest challenges that solopreneurs, entrepreneurs in general face. All right, Kamala is indicating JBDC.
JBDC, that's true.
JBDC.
Can
Okay.
I tell you, I would have been to I would have been to shows like what SDC would have put on, and I would buy product from small businesses. And when I open the pepper, it's the same problem I see. And I asked him, I identified the problem that he was having
Okay,
and helped
right,
him to correct
because of your experience, right? Those are two of the areas that when you're just starting out as entrepreneur, that many people don't pay attention to in terms of the how you're going to fund your venture and in terms of the technical know-how, because you're starting this journey and you don't know it all. So you have to identify the different resources. And JBDC is our local resource, and they'll be able to connect you with the Scientific Research Council and all the other entities that gets you that technical knowledge you need so that you can circumvent some of the losses. Yeah, very painful lesson to learn, right? But thankfully you're able to help some others to avoid the pitfalls by sharing it here. All right, Jason, two biggest challenges that you're facing.
All right, so I too had, even though this business started as a side hustle, I too had some financial issues. And getting equipment was another problem because what you see happening is that you started from the perspective of a cottage industry, and then when the quality of what you were doing started to be showcased, the demand increased, and the little domestic machine that we were using could no longer handle what you were doing because that long gone beyond just being domestic to industrial and semi-industrial. Yes, and then the labor to support you, it was also a challenge. My mother has been one of the biggest supporters. She has supported and she has influenced because some of the things that I am doing, they were basically stuff that I saw her doing, and I actually perfected them. But not perfected them, but modified them to suit the market, but still maintain the authenticity. But that was an issue, and the legal responsibilities, like the different entities that you were to be compliant with, those were some issues in that sometimes you don't know everything. So sometimes you're operating and you should have had some other things being done, but you couldn't get them done because you didn't know, or because you were trying to get to that point, but you just never reached there yet.
All right. So you all have identified some of the biggest challenges when you're starting out. And these are some of the things that I usually recommend that you do even before you get started on your journey, because you can run into some serious financial challenges if you don't get it right from the foundational stage. But I'm happy you're sharing, and I'm hoping that those who are on that are looking to start their journey or would have started and did not identify some of these areas, that they'll be able to pick it up and run with it. All right. So Sir Pusey's in the space. All right. Grateful to be a part of the journey. Yes, you were on earlier this year. Or was it last year? Time is going by so quickly. Thank you for your support, Sir Pusey. And he has a question for you all. It's great to hear these stories. Do you guys have websites or plan to have websites in the near future? Anika? Go ahead and unmute.
Right, I don't have a website, but I plan to in the future.
Okay. Romeo?
I don't have a website, but I would have written a grant, an application, trying to get funding from the SDC so that other entrepreneurs like myself call them LEIs, would benefit from it. But I'll try in the near future again.
Okay. Jason?
Yes, I too am not in possession of a website, but I have an income, one in construction, and the regular social media handles so far have been useful. But I'm working on a website currently.
All right, baby steps. And the good WhatsApp, it's a great place to start. Low income, the Instagram, once you get those graphics, and I've looked at the pages, and you all seem to be doing a good job in terms of how you're promoting your products. So congratulations on that. And the next thing is that there's also funding available for that kind of build out through the JBDC. So you can check that out. I think it's a DBJ technical voucher. So you can check that out as well to see how that can support you when you get to that stage. All right. We're dishing out resources here. All right. So Pusey, you have the questions flowing. Do you guys have documentation of recipes to ensure good manufacturing practices as well as good quality control? All right, he just preempted my next question. How do you source ingredients and ensure consistent quality? So let's start from the gentleman this time. Jason.
Lovely question. And that is something that before I even started on my own journey, I had a friend who had a restaurant, and he was solely dependent on his chef. And we were troubleshooting about ways to mitigate against being solely reliant on a chef. So we said that big fast food chains have recipes and they don't depend on any one person, they depend on the recipes the person can come and work. So that led us to realize that we needed recipes supported by the ingredients. So yes, so my business is reliant mainly on local ingredients, and I have a lot of farmers who do large-scale farming who are my main supporters in getting raw material. So that's it presently. And that because I have developed my own recipes supported by the ingredients to make the products consistent.
Fantastic. All right, Romeo.
Yes, I do have my own recipe and ingredients. I do have a product that I was told it is an innovation, which is the turmeric seasoning. I see my competitors doing curry seasoning, and I'm doing turmeric seasoning. And that product, I
Romeo,
would have
we're
100.
losing. Romeo, you're sharing some very valuable information there. We seem to be losing you. Do you have a fan nearby?
Yes, it is.
All right. Relocate the fan because it seemed to be interfering with when you're speaking. Right. All right. Just shift it around and let's see.
All right.
All right. Let's go so we don't miss what you're sharing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that I do have my ingredients and my recipe. Um, I even have a product that I was told it's an innovation based on entering a competition, a pitch competition, and I would have won that competition. I got $110,000 for that product, and so yes, I do have my ingredients and my recipe.
Well, congratulations on winning that competition. Which of the products do you have the product there? Can show us which of the product it is?
Um, I have the product, but I don't
You
have it
don't have it
on
there
me.
with you. You must always be prepared, Romeo.
I have so many products with me right now, but I don't
I
have
don't
it
have
on
that one.
but it is the turmeric seasoning.
Okay.
My competitors would be making curry seasoning while I am doing turmeric seasoning.
All right. And I think I've tried that one. It's pretty good. Loved it. All right, Anika, what's happening with you? We want to hear from you next.
All right. Sorry about that. Could you repeat the question, please?
All right, we want to find out. Let me put it back on screen. So Pusey wants to find out if you document your recipes to ensure good manufacturing practices as well as good quality control.
Well, as you know, I do milkshake and hot dogs. So, for example, I have to buy hot dog breads. And if I have an event on, say, an event on Sunday, I ensure that I get the bread well fresh for customers so that they can enjoy it the day before or on the day. And also the vegetables as well.
Okay, but what about those awesome milkshakes? Do you just whip up something each time and hope that it comes out the same, or do you have the ingredients there?
I have, yes, I have all ingredients, Hershey syrup, everything I have. I ensure that I put my own spice to it, as I told you before. So I have everything.
All right. All right, so see some big ups going on in the chat. Mrs. Kamala Bernard moving. Thank you so much for tuning in. Carlene James. Welcome, Audrey. Thank you for joining us. All right. So before we take your next question, Sir Pusey, all right, what strategies do you use to stand out? Because I'm sure you have a lot of other people doing similar things, maybe not the same as Romeo does turmeric, and others are doing turmeric as well, but it's not quite the same. So what do you do to differentiate yourself and remain competitive in your industry? Starting with you, Romeo.
Uh, I am one of those persons who interact a lot with my customers. Mrs. James, who is online, she's all the way from New Zealand. So
Oh,
we would have met while she lived in Jamaica, and she is one of my major supporters. Even when she was leaving the other day, she would have called and said, "Hey, I want some products," and she's leaving, and are you are one of the few people me tell? You understand? So she has some products over there. You understand? And as I say, I try to get to know my customers. If they're even having an event and they want some product, I'll just give them some product. I I would be at an event and I have like 10 or 12 products and somebody come and buy 9 and I know they want the next one. So they want the whole collection. I just give them. So I guess that is my main way of standing out.
because you're at almost, if not all, the SDC expos in parish and out of parish.
And let me tell you, with the SDC expos, you're supposed to be only in parish and I am invited out, outside of the parish. So I am one of the few LEIs they will ask to come to any of these parishes.
All right, that means it must be doing something really good. All right, K underscore Anne is asking, so how she gotta get products in New Zealand? When the stock that she has runs out. All right, but
We will make
Romeo will.
arrangements to send them out.
All
That's for
right,
sure.
we're borderless, right? All right,
Definitely.
Jason.
Yes, so one of the things that I maintain to be what I believe to is a cut above the rest is to continue with what actually started the whole journey. Being authentic, being true to yourself, So some persons, after being in business for a while, they start to skimp on ingredients, start to use more synthetic stuff, less organic, and that, in my mind, is something that takes away from your product and the genuinity of your product. So real ginger, real everything, original Jamaican stuff, the things that you're accustomed to coming from country days, that if your great granny should have come back from the dead and taste it, just say, boy, you have something going on. Yeah, man. So that's a part of it. Just being authentic, um, being creative with your display of the products that you sell. Some of the things that I sell, some people ask me, how do I do marketing to Jamaica? Or who does marketing? And I tell them that I do the marketing. They say, really? So I said I'm assisted by the labels. So that that's a part of what actually drives the the difference and sets us apart. And just continue to innovate. Just continue to be innovative.
All right. Anika.
So first of all, I try to think out of the box. I ensure to that I push myself and my business out there. I have my business cards available for customers, and I ensure that I do a lot of research and add new ideas each time, because there are a lot of businesses out there that are doing milkshake and hot dog. So I tend to I don't want my milkshake and my hot dog to be the same as everybody else. So if a person come and they want a vanilla milkshake and they go somewhere else and buy a vanilla milkshake, it shouldn't be the same taste as the other person. It should be a unique taste, different from everybody else. So it should be something to talk about.
Awesome. There's an observation here, Jason, so we have to come back to you. Sir Piers, realize that you collaborate with Farm Boy Estate. That's really good. The power of collaboration. Tell us about that. And you're not just Clarendon based, so we want to hear about that as well. So tell us about this collaboration with Farm Boy and in terms of the reach of your products.
All right. So collaboration is key, and the collaboration is the main reason that we're here, because Romeo Paradise Blends is the person who actually brought me into the connection with Rada, and through Rada, even though Romeo and I attended the same high school, we never had the connection through business. So we eventually got connected, and we saw the need to pull other persons that are just entrepreneurs, and the different products actually have some good unity and unison. And when you see like a Farm Boy Estate hike and chill day is in progress, and you see an Uncle Nee's booth set up, and a Paradise being set up, or even America's Cheesy Treat. That whole event is just giving more life, and it just supports the whole view of maintaining Jamaican culture and being authentic and creative and just supporting entrepreneurs. Our reach so far, our reach has been good. Um, as I said, the marketing is not just me; it's the product itself. Sometimes market itself, and we have such a good showing in the major parishes in Jamaica now. We're still seeking more places to be a part of, but just being innovative. We give them a product like this. I don't know if I got one of these the other day. This is later, but this product. it has me collaborating now with some hotels and some guest houses as a means of them giving something back to their guests that is, in their view, a taste of Jamaica. And that is exactly what I'm about. Yeah, man. But Farm Boy, Hike and Chill, Paradise Blends, I never knew about Miracle before, but I know that we're going to get to know each other, and we have a lot more to accomplish. We have a lot more.
Love that. A taste of Jamaica. And here's the beauty about how I learned about Jason and his business. When we had the Area 3 Police and Stakeholders Expo in November, as the coordinator for all the sponsors, the Area 3 indicated that they wanted a village setting. And we were like, how can we have a village without our local business people? We can't have a village without things like your hot dog and things like that. So we need to get some of these things in place. So SDC was integral in sharing the list. So that's how I learned about Marika's. SDC, right? SDC shared the information. And of course, I would have reached out to Romeo, who is an active community patriot, the president for the Macon, yes, Development Area Committee. But here's the beauty about it and why these young people are in this space this evening. When I reached out to Romeo to be a part of the expo, he was not available, but he did not leave it there. He reached out to Jason, and Jason reached out to ask, can I be a part of the expo? And that's how I learned about the products. And I've sampled them, and they are really good and real authentic. I haven't had Asham in many, 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 many years. And you're right, it tastes like Asham from back then. So whatever you're doing, just maintain it. But I love the fact that, and this is what we want to see more businesses doing, not just young businesses, but businesses in general. If it is that someone reaches out to you, you're not available, or you do not have the product available, it takes nothing from you to recommend someone else, right? Because by virtue of that, these three young business people are sitting in this space this evening, sharing some what I think is some awesome business principles and challenges and how they have been able to overcome. So kudos to you, Romeo, on being selfless and ensuring that you pull someone along with you. That's what it's all about. And I want to encourage more businesses, and I mean individuals in general, as you live your daily life, just remember to just reach out a hand and help someone up along with you. It takes nothing from you. It will not dim your light. You can only shine brighter together. All right. So let's continue with the discussion as we get the inside scoop behind these local flavors and big dreams, because they started off at different levels, and as Jason has shared, even with your marketing, is it something you envision in terms of being in hotels? Was that a part of the marketing plan, or it just naturally happened?
Initially, no, but as the dream got bigger, I wondered about it, and I still have some plans to make some additional innovations to suit that type of market. But it was never initially a part of the plan. But we appreciate it.
Why not? It is great for brand Clarendon, brand Jamaica. So kudos on that. All right. Before we move on to the next segment, I must point out Marika's is full-time. Anika is in it full-time. Romeo, Paradise, then that's your full-time business, right? But Jason, you are employed. How do you balance?
You asked an excellent question. All right, so I won't speak of the job itself, but so I'm employed to the government. And this morning, I got off work this morning. I went to Clarendon. I did 2 deliveries. I did a delivery in Manchester. I am currently speaking to you from Kingston. I had a function. I had to be here also, and I have another delivery to do before I return to Clarendon. So it is not easy at all. Not easy at all. And when you understand what you have created, when you think of letting go, not continuing, it's a very difficult thing. And I have reached points like that before when I set myself this thing now work out, and I gave up. And just because of the lives and the people that it has touched, I could not, even if I said it was over, some of these people would have probably protested me giving up on it. Yeah, this business means so much to so many persons. And just like Roman has his customers in New Zealand, in the early days, I had this feedback from a lady in British Columbia in Canada, and when she said when she had the chocolates, and this is one number one, it's my day one product. When she got this, the lady gave me a feedback saying that it brought her back to the days when she was at home in Jamaica. And that really touched me to know that I could inspire that type of memory in that person. But it is rough. It is rough. And I am hoping that one day this will be my main source of income. And I'm working on it.
And you're on the right track. Just continue to maintain the authenticity. Authenticity. Right. Tongue twister there. Okay. We have some questions here and we have to take them. Keep it interactive. Sarpusi, Romeo, what's your main target market? Any idea, any items in any of those major wholesalers in Maypen?
I have products in C&M. And this gas station beside Rada. Those are my two places right now in Maypen. Pantana Pharmacy in Mandeville. So those are Fesco. Those are the closest to Maypen and in Maypen. My target market really is international. You know, I want to be shipping my products overseas. And amazingly, it was today. I'm going to big up Mr. Anderson on this, you know. He's a lead support officer at SDC Clarendon. And he was the one who made the connection. And hopefully, I should be sending off some products next weekend. And based on the feedback, then I could be doing some good exportation next year.
These are the stories we love to share. Amazing. Yes, Sir Thomas. Funding is one of the biggest challenges for small businesses in not just Jamaica, but across the world. All right. Let's see. Good job, Anika. Keep it going. Do you operate from a storefront or is it like a mobile or pop-up shop?
It's a mobile, it's pop-up. It's a pop-up shop every Sunday. So I have different locations. But for now, I am at the whole police station.
All right. So for those who are tuning in, whether you're live or you're watching the replay, that's something to keep in mind, that you might be thinking that, boy, you don't have the money to go open a shop. Here, Anika is sharing that she's able to still operate her business and serve people in different locations, because she just popped up at the Area 3 Expo and served up. Yeah, that milkshake was really good. It was really good. Thank you for that. All right. Hurricane Gilbert is asking you all to share your email address so you can share that in the chat, or is it on your Instagram page? You can share your Instagram handle in the comments so that they can go and check out what you have to offer. All right. All right, commendations. We love to share commendations. Kamala Bernard Moving wants to commend these small business operators. They have been doing well and the collaboration is great. I have enjoyed working with them over the years. Fantastic. So support is there, and I'm taking it that Lady Bernard Moving is with the JBDC. Am I getting it right? Romeo, where is Mrs. Moving? Or Mrs. Moving, which organization are you with? All right, while we get the response to that, how do you connect with and cater to your local community? Because yes, we're getting a taste of what it is that you do into different spaces, but you want to make sure that you serve your local community. Romeo shared that he has products available in these different locations. Anika, you have your pop-up shops. Jason, you would have shared that you have products available in different locations. But do you get support from your home community? Tell us about that, Romeo. Seem to have touched the wrong button there. Anika, go ahead and share. Do you have the Sunday, this pop-up Sundays? Is it in their community?
Well, I started off in the community. So that's where I started. With my tent, I had 2 tables and a little bit of stuff. But I had 2 little tables. And I had support from my community members. Some of them.
Okay. You're never gonna get all. So once you have support, any support, if it's even 1%, is support that is coming.
Basically, I would say the community built me. So I'm glad for that.
Fantastic.
Right.
Amazing. All right, Kamala, Parish Social Services Home Economics Officer. Fantastic. So here's a resource here. So I'm sure you'll be getting some more contacts, Lady Moving, so that you can work with. All right. Rada in Clarendon. All right. And we also have Audrey Guy work at Denby. All right. Romeo will be sharing his products in a little while. Fantastic. All right. So we have some resources here, and Rada have a lot of training opportunities. So you need to check out their pages so you can get even a lot of technical training, workshops, and all of that they do from time to time. So you want to follow them there. Hope Romeo will be back with us shortly. All right. Jason, go ahead and share about the support from community, home community.
Yes, the community supports in terms of buying stuff from me. A lot of the members of the community are younger, so some of them are not familiar with the products. So a part of them supporting is actually getting to know some of the products, and I actually have members of the community who assist me, who works with me from time to time. So that also causes them to be a part of production process and get to know how some of the real stuff from them back in the day were made. But I do get the support. But the biggest support, I think, is external in terms of the external sales. But we appreciate every single bit of support that we get.
All right. I trust that Romeo will be with us before we have to wrap up, because the time is fast winding down and we have so much that we want to learn from you all. All right. So any new and exciting projects or products in the pipeline? Romeo would have shared his earlier. Jason, anything else other than hotel?
All right. So I have some nutraceuticals working on regular stuff that are accessible in Jamaica, but with a different twist. But I also have a dry seasoning on the table, being worked on. And we targeting additional schools to sensitize them about some of the stuff from back in the day that a lot of the children would know nothing about. And what I do at some of the expos that I attend is to administer what I call a Jamaican test. And it's something just it actually helps with sales, and it's an icebreaker, and actually test persons to show them that there are a lot of things that people in Jamaica really hold dear to their hearts that a lot of us don't know about. So it actually is fun. When you tell them about the coconut brush, when you tell them about things like asham, some persons actually know every single thing, but some of them who start off well, when they reach to some products, them can't identify them. But it's just fun. Just fun getting to understand what people know. And you are learning to find some of the things that you know as a particular name. When persons are identifying them, you learn that they have different names in other parts of Jamaica. So we look forward to continuing the journey and exploring new Jamaican products and just connecting with more people.
Thank you for that. Anika, anything new? I know you have a lot of popping up to do around because it's Christmas time in the city. So
Yes, I have a lot of that. And I also want to connect more with brunch events. Persons who are keeping brunch events, I want to connect more with them for the upcoming year. And I want to add more stuff, more products to my business, like burgers, different type of stuff of sandwiches and all that. So I don't want to say much, but 2024 is gonna be different.
All right. New year, new things. All right. So you're getting some advice here. Write down your recipes for your milkshakes and even your hot dogs. You could document a standard for temperature, time cooked, and even the way you cut them. All right. Take note of that. All right. Some good advice there. And Romeo is just in time to share with us. Romeo, other than that feedback that you're waiting on regarding the export, any new projects that's coming up or new product that you're working on?
Yes, you're hearing me, right?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yes, I have a new product that I have been experimenting with, and I hope to bring it on mainstream next year. Um, the, it really has to do with jackfruit. I really want to package jackfruit and export it. I see jackfruit as one of the fruit that we love so much, and the different benefits that it brings. And usually we use just that just that one part of it. And I say, boy, even the little strings in the jackfruit, I do the research and I realize that we can use it to make chips. The seed, it can be roasted and it can be eaten. We can grind it and use it in shakes and so on. So I mean, almost everything on the jackfruit can be used. So we have jackfruit out here wasting, and the international market needs it.
I love
So
that. Yeah, I love where the vision is going. Love that. You heard that, Anika? Shakes. So you can get your products, source your products from Romeo when he gets to that stage.
I
So
think I bought something from him to do the milkshake. I don't remember. It was a long time ago though.
all
You
right.
remember, Romeo?
Yes. Thank you.
cinnamon, cinnamon.
Okay, thank you for supporting your local supplier. All right, Melissa shared earlier that her entire family loves Paradise Blends products and can't have, hold on, she can't have her homemade fries without his cayenne pepper. It's amazing. All right, spicing it up inside here. All right, and then we have Audrey Guy was asking the name of your product, Romeo.
It's Paradise Blends.
That's all right. That's the brand. Go ahead and show some of them, Romeo. And you have few seconds to show all of them. All right. There you go. And that's just two of the packaging that for the Paradise Blend. So you can look out for that. They're also in sachets. And what's that? The pouch, standing pouch, Romeo? That's
I have it
one?
in standing pouch. I have it in these containers. Yeah, so those are just a few of, and these are just a few of the product line.
All right, amazing. So
And
we've
let me just share with Melissa. I remember one year the entire family was doing a cook-off, and it was Paradise Blends that was the ingredient in the food, in the preparation. I still don't hear who won the competition.
all right, so Melissa going to have to let you know the details on that. All right, so you've got fantastic mission accomplished, Sir Pusey. That was one of our objectives, to inspire others, right? So Sir Pusey is inspired by these three young persons' greatness. All right, so my job, okay, has been done before the 9 o'clock mark. Thank you so much for that. Feels quite rewarding. All right, so we have 3 minutes. So we're going to share 1 minute each for each of you to share advice to aspiring foodpreneurs, those who want to get into the food business. 1 minute each, starting with Anika.
Okay. So first off, never give up, because you have to push yourself. If you don't push yourself, you don't get up and do what you have to do, nobody's gonna do it for you. So you have to do it. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna have a lot of fight, especially from family members. You're gonna have more support from strangers, and you have to just get up and get the job done, basically.
All right.
And push yourself.
Be persistent and consistent. Right. All right. Romeo?
What I can say is that you have to make that first step, that first bold step. And there are several government agencies out there that is waiting for you to just come and talk to them, and they will help you. I'll always say there is the RADA, there's the SDC, the technical support from RADA, the training from RADA, the SDC, technical support, the grants. I mean, I would have received 2 grants from SDC so far. The Ministry of Labor, they have grants also, and there are so many organizations that has grants that can help you on your journey.
All right, fantastic. Resources in abundance. Go ahead, Jason.
Yes, I love what both Romeo and Anika said, and part of what I believe that we should do, Romeo is like an adhesive that keeps a lot of us connected, and all of us need to have a type of spirit, keep connected and support each other, and as Anika said, never give up, and just keep true to the dream that you had, and be concerned with the quality of what you're delivering. And I think that with that as a base, you will achieve greatness. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
So, Mrs. Witter, before you go, tomorrow myself and Jason will be at the Ministry of Agriculture playfield in Kingston, in the Oak Garden area. I'll also be at Sting. That's Tuesday, courtesy of SDC, and on Saturday, myself and Jason will be at Devon's house. So come out and.
All right, and the handles were shared earlier, so you all need to make sure you share those information on your page so that we can stay reminded. All right, another recommendation for Anika, you should vlog too. I noticed you started vlogging. You need to be more consistent with the vlogging, okay?
Yeah, because I have my YouTube page, but it's been a
Right.
while I haven't posted on it.
Right. That's why I'm saying more consistent. If it's even once per week or once per month that you commit to every other week, just remain consistent. All right. Yes, and Melissa is reminding you all to keep up the good job. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're live or watching the replay. And let me thank Anika, Jason, and Romeo for sharing space with us here on the Sorrento Resource Connector, more specifically in Community Corner. So we had Marika's Tasty Treats, Uncle Nee's, short for Nehemiah, I got it now, Bush Alternatives, and Paradise Blends. Thank you all for keeping it spicy and sweet inside the Community Corner. And stick with us and stay with us. Remember to subscribe, like, and share so others can get the awesome information that's here. We round out this year with our counselors update. We have our final two counselors coming on next Thursday to share what they are doing in their division and how you can be a part of the change that you wish to see in those divisions. Guys, keep up the good the job. Well done, Anika. Pierre, I would like to taste your sandwich. All right. Fantastic. So you'll get those at a pop-up shop near you.
And you can follow my Instagram at treats_tasty.
All right, fantastic. Thank you again.
Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
My absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone who came on the live.
All right. And remember, it will be there so you can go ahead and share the link so others can indulge at their convenience. All right. Thank you again. And you all have a fantastic rest of the night. Happy holidays. Enjoy your Christmas. And remember the reason for the season.
Mhm.
All right. Can't be any Christmas without Christ. Yes. All right. There you go. He's a true marketer at heart. I need to get you engaged for the Sorrento Resource Connector. Good night, y'all.